Now, let's just forget about what we do for a minute and let's focus on you as a brand, you as the center of focus, because today is really about who you are and what are the contributions you can give to your organization as a personal brand. So if you have your desktop or your mobile now, I encourage you, you can edit your LinkedIn profile as I talk on the fly. So it's good to switch off your email for a while, switch off your Facebook for a while, and let's log on to LinkedIn. I hope you still remember your password. Okay? All right? So I'm going to focus on every one of you. To me, personal branding, and this is the Twitter, but personal branding is simply uniqueness made visible. A lot of us, we are very good in what we do, but we are not very good in telling people how good we are. Let me say that again. We are all very good in what we do. We are passionate, but we are not very good in telling people how good we are in those areas. So what happens along the way? Whether you like it or not, personal branding sets you apart. Branding is nothing new. It has been around for a few thousand years. A few thousand years ago, cultures branded themselves by being unique. So until today, we have Renaissance from the European culture. In China, we have the Middle Kingdom, we have different dynasties. So today, when we go for traveling, we still visit those places of interest. A few hundred years ago, countries branded themselves by occupying another country. So now, Singapore is part of Commonwealth, all right? And we still celebrate that kind of branding until today. Right about World War I to World War II, companies branded themselves by being the go-to organization, the choice employer. And how many of you remember Y2K, 1999 to year 2000, the dot-com era, the dot-com bubble? We have a lot of startups. So startups begin to brand themselves by being a very hippie organization. So what is the last frontier of branding? It is personal branding. So today, whether you like it or not, you are a brand. If you do not manage your personal brand, someone else is going to do it for you. Called perception. So there are three components of branding. Just very briefly, we have form. Form is what everyone can see. It is the outward identity and appearance. There's no brainer. One look at you, people form a certain perception and decision about you. When you go for a job interview, there are many ways that people can do a referral, right? So that's our form. Next component is substance. Substance is more challenging. Substance is what people have to discover about you. It takes longer. So your personality, your character, your value, all play a part in this substance. So sometimes you see a social media celebrity, it's very outspoken, very flamboyant, very influential, but yet when you meet them in person, they seem so unfriendly. What happened along the way? There is a disconnect between the substance and the form. So today, we're going to just talk about the form and hopefully you figure out your substance. Okay, because if we don't do positioning properly, we end up like a Titanic. We will hit a piece of rock and there may be disaster. So positioning is the third component. It's very important. Know where you're going, know who you are serving, know what you are doing, definitely know where you're going. All right? Your vision and your mission statement is important even for your personal life. That is something to think about. You don't have to wait till you have a midlife crisis to think about your vision and your mission in life. Start thinking about it when you are young so that you will never ever have a midlife crisis. Start thinking about your value system and align your value to the organization that you are serving. So, we talk about data all the time, right? Do you want to access your own LinkedIn data? Can I encourage you to do that? If you have a mobile phone, everyone can actually do that right now. If you're logged on LinkedIn, just take out your mobile, go to your browser, and search for linkedin.com/sales/SSI. I say it again. Go and look for linkedin.com/sales, SALES/SSI, Social Selling Index. Whether you are in sales or not, you have a SSI. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Am I still on? Good. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to look at your score. You don't have to tell me your score. How many of you are looking at your score for the very first time? All right, that's very good. So, this is your data. Let me explain to you what all these numbers mean. This is a gamification by LinkedIn to encourage you to come back over and over again. I encourage you to work hard on your LinkedIn profile. This is what they think of you. This is the X-ray of your current status on LinkedIn. It is said that if you have anything below 50, you are quite invisible. Anything above 50, you are quite visible. I let you decide what is visible and not visible. Have you ever wondered why when you search for certain things and there's a list of people that comes up? How is it that LinkedIn decide who comes first and who comes last? I have a feeling LinkedIn decide that the order is determined by your score. So, what are those scores mean? Can you see there's an orange bar? The orange bar simply tells us this, that do you key in everything in LinkedIn profile? Do you fill up every column, every field, every section? That is what it means. Simply, do you keep your house in order, your profile in order? This is very important. Out of 25, they give you a score. All right? And the purple one, finding the right people. This is what it means. Finding the right people means that LinkedIn is assessing all your connections and decide on a score. They will decide whether the people that you're connected to, do they add value to your life? There is a certain algorithm. Okay, so if you're connecting with people, to your company, to your customers, to people who are holding higher appointment than you, you have a high score here. That means that they are of value to your own brand. Now, the colorful red one, the third one, is very interesting. It simply means this. Do you update your LinkedIn status as often as you do on on Facebook? That means to say, when you have something interesting professionally, do you share? Do you share thought leadership? Do you share insights? Do you have the right hashtag? Do you update your connections? What is going on in your professional life? What have you learned today in this conference? So I'm encouraging you, if you have insights today, it's not too late to put the first post on LinkedIn, all right, on Digimarcom. That will get you somewhere. Last but not least, the blue, building relationship. This is what it means. When someone sends you a message, even if you're not interested, do you say, no, thank you, I'm not keen, we talk another day? When someone sends you a congratulations message, happy work anniversary, do you reply, thank you very much? LinkedIn actually give you a lot of canned messages that you can just select. You don't really have to type. So they are making things very easy for you. So combining these four criteria, you have a 100% score. Now, this number signifies that the more the merrier. Now, can you just look up on top? Can you see the industry SSI? Now, this is very interesting. They will take your work destination, compare you against everyone else who has similar work destination within your area, and they will rank among your peers. All right? So if there are 50,000 people in Chicago who is a digital marketing manager, top 10% means top 5,000 people. Top 1% will be top 500 people. So this is relative. I just want to encourage you that it is always inspiring to aim for top 1% in your industry. Regardless of what you do, aim to be the top 1% because you get more visibility, you get more power, you have more reach when you share certain things. Okay? So today, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share to you 10 things about LinkedIn, very essential elements that you need to fix so that you have a better score. So are we all good? Do you want to increase your brand presence? Do you want to increase your brand presence, everyone? Yes? Okay, good. So I'm going to show to you a lot of things. Number one, please have a decent and recent photograph. Please update your picture. Do not use something that has been around for 15 years. I once had a dating agency in Singapore, And when they send me the pictures and when they come to my office for interview, I cannot recognize them because I thought they sent their parents here instead because they look so old. So, so please have a decent and recent picture. You don't have to wear a tie and suit all the time. You just have to have the right energy. By professional, I mean I must see both of your eyes, not this way. Okay? Do you want to do business when you only can see one eye with this person? Obviously not, right? So please have a great picture with great energy. The key word is energy. You must have good energy. Number 2, just below your name, there is a column, there is a section called headline. This is not your job. If you leave it blank, LinkedIn will truncate and put your job destination over it. Your headline is the tagline of your brand. What is the tagline for Southwest? What is the tagline for this brand? Okay, shout out the tagline of your brand. Anyone? Can you shout out a bit louder? Any brand? Any brand that you remember?
Invented for life.
Invented for life?
Yes.
Invented for life. Powerful statement, right? We have a budget airline in Malaysia. Now everyone can fly. You see how powerful it is? Not before me, but after me, now everyone can fly. Now, what about you as a brand? Think about you as a brand. If you are a brand, what will your tagline be? That is the crucial question I have for you today. If you are a brand, what differentiates you from another individual doing almost the same thing? If you can't think of one, you are a commodity. If you can think of one, you are premium. Anything in between gets blended with everyone else. So I'm not going to tell you what you should write. You need to think about it. The best time to do it is by tonight. Because by tomorrow morning, you'll be back to square one, getting busy with work, and you will not think about this at all. So that's why I'm encouraging you. If you have time now, you can write it down as I speak. Number 3, edit your URL into something unique. Right now, I believe it is still with a lot of numbers. You are not a lot of numbers. You are a unique individual. Now, after you change this unique URL, we call it vanity. Facebook used to call it vanity link, right? Now, this is something like a vanity link. Where do you put this? Put it on your WhatsApp, put it on your Gmail signature, put it on any place that allow people to connect with you on LinkedIn. If your company has not so strict governance and compliance, you may put it in your own work email signature as well. But you got to check with your corp comms whether that is allowed. Usually, no. Number 4, I love this part. This is something you need to think about. The summary part is something that everyone will read before they see anything else. This is akin to your cover letter in your CV. A lot of people do not really know how to write a fantastic cover page. I'm going to share to you a system right now you'll never forget. This is the rule to follow. Less is more. Less is more. 150 words only. Why 150 words? 1 minute read. People can only spare a minute reading whatever you have to say about yourself. So, break it down into 3 parts. The first paragraph should only be about you as a person. Your brand story. Now, everything we learn in the next 2 days, for the last 2 days, about digital marketing, now we apply. What is your brand story? We always talk about brand story. Now, what about yours? Why do you do what you do? What are your values? What are your personality description, your traits? We just done one exercise just now. This first paragraph here is the place to put it. Do not start with what you do. It's so boring. Start with who you are, because a lot of HR hiring managers, they are not just looking for someone competent, they are looking for someone that can be a fit to their culture. So they need to look for a certain personality. That is why you need to do your brand story here. Second part, it's about your current role that you are doing. Who are you serving? And what is the future role that you want to have your hands on? What is the future role that you like to do? Maybe you are still single and available here. you can afford to spend more time away from home, you prefer to do more traveling, it's okay. Write it down here. Let someone know that you're willing to travel. Let someone know that you're willing to step across your comfort zone and do something different. This is a part to tell further brand story. The last paragraph is what we call call to action, CTA. We talk about call to action in email, in lead generation. What about your call to action? The very last paragraph is what's so unique about you? Why should I hire you? Why should I work with you? Maybe you have spent 5 years in China, you understand the Chinese culture very well. Maybe you have been to 4 different industries in the last 20 years. You bring along diverse experience from various industries. What is it about you that is so unique? What is your call to action for your profile? Isn't that amazing that when we do marketing, we sometimes find that this is so sketchy and you're not doing yourself any justice? There are a lot of good marketers. When I look at their profile, I'm so disappointed that they shortchange themselves. So you have a lot of brand story. This is the place to share it. Okay? Is this helping anyone so far? Okay, no. Okay, so I can continue. Okay. Now, remember, today is not about just your CV. It's about your social portfolio. It simply means this. Can people find links, material, media of what you have said you have done? Can I find it somewhere? If you can find it, please copy those links and put it here. I need to warn you, do not depend on your company website for the link. If you have a video that is not found on YouTube, I suggest you put it down, save it on your own YouTube channel. If you have a picture, put it down, save it on your own Google Plus photo. If you have a slide, save it on your slide share. Because everything matters. When they combine everything, these are the wow moments of your brand. These are the highlights of your brand that you can shout about. Please put it down here. Google yourself. Google from every platform your name and find traces of things you've done before. If the material is in your mobile phone, please upload it and share it here because that is important. By the way, why LinkedIn is so important? Because Microsoft owns LinkedIn. And LinkedIn owns SlideShare, right? So if I'm doing a lot of speaking and training, my material is always on SlideShare. So this is very important. Skill sets and endorsements. This is something a lot of people will just key in generic skills. Now let me encourage you. Today, these are the keywords. These are the keywords of your brand. The more specific, the more niche, the more long tail it is, the better. So don't just say you're good in sales and marketing. What kind of marketing? Are you doing B2B marketing, integrated marketing, mobile marketing, search marketing, paid marketing, whatever marketing you can think of? Don't just say writing. What kind of writing? Is it technical writing, creative writing, or will writing? All right, if you have been trained as a counselor before, maybe you are good in counseling. Is it exit interview? All right. So you have to harness all the previous experience and decide what are the hard and soft skills that you have. That is important. You have the key. So LinkedIn allows you 25 of them. The top 10 will be there. How many of you have endorsements almost every week? Yes, that means your profile is read every week. So when people access your profile, LinkedIn will prompt them, do you want to endorse this person for A, B, C, D? All right, if you say yes, your profile will be here. I love this part. Work experience. A lot of us will key out the company, the start date, the end date, and one whole long list of job description. Am I correct? Yeah, I analyze this, I report this, I create this, and so on. Now, these are good, but let me tell you something. I want to share this to you wearing a recruiter's hat. You should delete everything today and just key in 2 or 3 sentences. This is the sentence, this is the statement you need to make. What did you achieve while you were there? It's an achievement statement, not a working statement. No one rewards a doer. People only reward an achiever. No one will promote you because you work till 11 p.m. every day of the week. People reward you because you make an achievement. So change your job description into an achievement statement. What do you achieve? Were you the first one who opened up a new market in India? Were you the first rookie who had $1 million in the first quarter? Did you grow the team from 5 to 15 within 9 months? What did you do? Did you install an SOP 5 years ago that's still being used today? What did you achieve while you were there? And when you have a promotion within the same company, it's 2 different work experience. And I can tell you this thing actually worked. I had a very funny incident in Singapore. One of my friends called me up. She really disliked LinkedIn. And she called me and she told me this. You know, Andrew, I discovered something. My staff, it means the one that reports to her, she lied about her CV on LinkedIn. I say, what happened? You know what she did? She copied my job description into her job description. Do you know what she means? That means the staff thinks that she's doing the boss job. So she takes the manager's job description and put it into her job description. Now, I told her, don't be so angry. Maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she really thinks that she's doing your job. So you need to do some self-reflection, right? So this is the place you need to, this is the glory of your contribution in every place that you serve. This is the part that you really need to work. Because this is the part that you get a lot of calls from headhunter. Have you ever discovered why when you're happy with your job, you're very engaged, you are so motivated, the headhunters, the recruiters start calling you? And when you want to move, they stop calling you. There's an active and a passive job seeker. When you're happy with your work, you are a passive job seeker. When you want to move, you're an active job seeker. This is what the headhunter is thinking. You're happy with your job right now. If I can still make you move to that company, you will bring all the positive energy and vibe to this company. Am I right? You're happy now. If I can still make you move, you'll be happy. But if you are cursing your boss every day on Twitter, you drag yourself to work every day, you are not going to be positive. You will bring a lot of negative energy to the next company. That is why the headhunter will not call you up so easily, because they have a concern. So you know what is the trick? The trick is move while you're happy. It's like surfing, right? You don't want to wait for the wave to go down. You want to catch on to the next wave. Now, this is what I really encourage all of you to do. Have a new habit right now. Anyone that you connect with when you get a name card, please find them on LinkedIn. Add them to your connections. Once you have that connections, you can forget about a name card. So I give you permission. I'm going to give you my name card. Find me on LinkedIn, and then you can throw away my name card. Because name cards are really sold yesterday. We don't have space for it. Okay? We only have space on LinkedIn. So please make it a habit to add everyone. And I want to give you a caveat. Do you know that even the free version on LinkedIn is an excellent lead generator? The bigger your first level connection is, the more you can find people. You can look for people based on job description, based on title, based on company, based on schools, based on industry. And if you have the Sales Navigator version, which is a paid version, you can even look for many, many more people. You can find a few thousand to millions of people. You can message 50 people a day, and you still will not finish that list in 1 year. Okay, and you can actually look at their history, their background, and so on. So to me, why spend so much money on lead generation, where at your backyard, where at your profile, you can access to so many precious database? By the way, whenever you see a profile with an orange tag, they are paid subscriber. When you message them, they are very likely to respond. If you find someone with a blue tag, they are influencer. They are probably CEO and MD or chairman of an organization. So please spend more time on your connections. After that, what is the next logical thing to do for your brand, for your personal brand, is to have brand advocates. Am I right? Do you want testimonial? I'm sure you want it. We call it recommendation on LinkedIn, and this is what you do. When you click on someone's profile, maybe your ex-boss, assuming you're still talking to him, ask him for a recommendation, and sometimes if you don't key in anything, he takes a long time to come back to you. So to help him, to help you, please key in please copy and paste these 4 questions and send it to him. This will make everything easy. How did you know me? What did I do for you? How do you feel about my performance? And what are 3 things about me that you really like? Just by answering a simple statement for all these 4 questions, they are in fact writing you a very nicely done recommendation. And this is the advocates that you need in your life. The standard, it's really about every work experience you have at least 3 recommendations. 1 from the one you report to, 1 from the one you are serving, and 1 from the person who reports to you. So 1 from the top, 1 from the peer, which is your customer or your co-worker, and 1 from the people that reports to you. All right? And then you complete the brand story. This is the last one you need to do. The last major thing you need to do. We are all experts. We need to share our thoughts, our thought leadership to people. This is an extension of your brand. This is the brand essence. You have knowledge, you have experience, you have expertise. Please put it down on a LinkedIn article, and I'm going to give you 5 simple points to follow. Title is everything. Make it fun, make it compelling. Number 2, there's only 1 banner for visual. Make sure that you create your own photograph. Use your own header. It's more powerful. Today, the conclusion is written on the top. That means to say, if people disagree with what you say, they won't read your article. So, to cut a long story short, please write 600 words, which is a 3-4 minutes article. That will be sufficient. Okay? So I have 3 minutes more. These are all bonus. Please join different groups. They are very essential. Just choose those groups that you like to join. There are 50 of them. At least your entitlement is 50. Have you won an award before? All right, that nobody knows about? This is a place. Key in the award's name. Who is it from? Which year is it? And who gave it to you? Your languages, please update it. If you speak 4 or 5 languages, I think it's great to key in this. All right, your projects, do you have CSR project, charity projects? Do you have any additional things that over and above your core duty? Write it down. And of course, any published work, and if you have been a volunteer to some organization, some charity, this is the place that you show people that you have a heart for the community. So if there's 1 slide you need to take, this is the one. This is the cheat sheet. Yes, of everything. So I hope that this morning you're inspired to look at yourself as a brand. Personal branding is not about self-promotion. It's not about self-promotion. It's about branding. It's about differentiation. We talk about differentiation in our work. What about us? We need to be different. And an all-star marketer should have an all-star profile on LinkedIn. So in closing, I just want to encourage all of you this morning. For a start, let's think about yourself again. You are a brand. You have to be unique because everyone else is taken. And remember this, you have a personal brand. If you don't manage it, others will do it for you, whether you like it or not.